Get a little towel.
No, I think he'll be fine.
Okay.
I'm a messy girl.
You've been a messy girl.
I've been a messy girl. Messy.
Come here, Mr. Gare. I want Mr. Big Chunk with me. Come on. I'll give you another good back rub. Why?
It's like, why do you do this to me?
Why?
Don't you know who I am?
Oh, why? Human, do you
I'm a
hold me
demon
like
hunter.
this? Good morning.
Good morning. We already said that.
Well, good morning again. I'm Caleb.
I'm Linksy.
This is Think Outside the Coop.
Today we're going to be talking about passion and the various ways that it can be experienced in our life, whether that's passion with a lover, passion in your job, passion of life,
And your hobbies, and your family, and your friends.
Yeah, following your passions.
Yeah.
Making space for your passion in your life, because a lot of times we put what other people think we should do, and that goes back to our expectation podcast of people have expectations of how we should act and the things we should enjoy, and those can lessen our passion for the things we love, and that can turn into things like depression, where you no longer find pleasure in the things that you actually enjoy because you feel guilty about enjoying them, stuff like that. So let's get into it.
So tell me, what is something that you're passionate about?
I'm really phlegmy today, so I apologize, but I've been clearing my throat out a lot. I'm passionate about a lot of things. I think it's been hard to find my passion because my passion used to be making other people happy. And so I was very passionate about making people happy and about putting others before myself. And I realized that, one, that was a coping mechanism to not be rejected.
Yeah.
And it made me feel good because it made me feel like I was helpful to others. But I really did lose a lot of what I enjoyed out of life during part of my life because of it. And so it was like a journey to find what I was passionate about. It took time to really figure out, what do I actually like? What don't I like? And I'm still in that journey, I suppose, of finding out what I'm really passionate about.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm really passionate about helping others find themselves and their own unique calling, which is why I'm going to school for psychology. I'm really passionate about love. I mean, I'm very passionate about you.
Used to.
I used to be so passionate about you. I don't know what happened. No, I'm kidding.
Dang.
No, I'm kidding. I've always been very passionate about you since day one.
Right.
Our first kiss was the most passionate thing I've ever experienced, and still is when we kiss.
Right.
What about
If
you?
you want to listen to more mushy stuff, go back to our story.
You can hear
podcast.
how mushy we really are. We'll link it right here.
Yeah.
Don't let me forget that.
I'm really passionate about music. I think music has been always been a very intimate thing with me. It's a very intimate relationship that I have with music. It makes me change how I'm feeling. I can listen to a certain genre or a certain band or music or something, and it makes me feel this certain way, and it's that's exactly what I want, and I'm really passionate about that. And people creating music, I used to be judgmental about it because I have a bit of OCD, so I kind of like the structure of what certain sounds are, and sometimes people would make music that's not tailored to me, and it used to kind of drive me bonkers. But now it's kind of music is it's a form of art, and who am I to judge art? Who is anybody to judge art? Because art is just expressed of how you're feeling. It's raw. It's coming from the heart, probably, or the soul.
You hope.
Yeah, you can hope so. Sometimes it's not, and you can usually feel that. But Yeah, I'm really passionate about music, about art in general. I'm really passionate about you, about our relationship. I'm really passionate about cats.
I'm really passionate about cats.
Yeah.
So, with you feeling judgmental, do you think part of that was like to come to terms with why you felt like you shouldn't make music? You think it was because I feel like when I am really judgmental about how other people are like creating art, it's because I haven't been very creative in that way. I'm not living up to my full potential, you know?
Yeah, I would say to a degree. I think my judgment came out on the music because I don't know, like the certain sound I would pick up or like the tempo or whatever. It was just like, oh, like, it would sound better if I did it this way. I can do it better.
Right.
And
That I can
truly,
do it better.
yeah, but truly, I mean, in a lot of ways, I can't, especially if you got like a 12 track, going on, a big song, and you got like the bass and drums and a guitar, and you got like a bunch of different vocals and keyboard. Like, there's no way I can just one man it. I could if I really put myself to the work.
If you really like worked at it. You absolutely could. It's just not like the willingness of like putting in that work to learn it is the hard part.
Yeah, and that's where it would fall short with the passion, to where it's like I'm passionate about music, but it wasn't enough so to actually get up and go do it myself. I held myself back from that passion. And that kind of ties into a lot of different things. Fear of being, judged myself, maybe. Also fear of like expectations that I put on myself, that other people put on me when I was younger. So it had a lot of complications with that. But who am I to judge about music?
Yeah, they're doing it. They're out there doing it.
Yeah.
That's why I had to come to that realization about music too, because music is something I'm very passionate about as well. But it was one of the things that felt off when I was in that mode of making sure everyone else was pleased. It was the thing that like I let really fall to the wayside that I was doing for myself.
Yeah.
Probably because I always used it for like the church and for worship and stuff. And so after I left the church, I guess I kind of felt like I didn't know where my place was in the music world. Like I didn't have an outlet to go perform anymore. I felt maybe a little guilty for not using it in that way. It maybe felt a little selfish to me. So I think...
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think a lot of that was into play of why I stopped, writing music, and why it was hard for me to get back into, like, when I was trying to get into Ableton and stuff and, like, actually get in there and compose things. It was just so overwhelming because I hadn't kept up with my love of it anymore. I used to have tons of friends that played all sorts of instruments, but I lost all of those connections in that time, so.
I still got a few, but...
Not here, though.
No, well, maybe we'll bring on somebody. We'll get more into the music.
Yeah.
Finding out what your passion is. Like, how long did it take to know that you were passionate about doing something? Like how long were you doing something to where it's like, I don't know, until you're just like, yes. Like, was it initial? Like, right at the very beginning, you're like, oh, I'm really passionate about this. I want to do it. Or did it take some time to kind of get into it?
I think as long as I didn't have any, like shame built up around that. The problem is a lot of these things I was passionate about as a kid, and then I became shameful of enjoying them because other people around me weren't enjoying those kind of things, or made me feel bad about how much I loved music, or, maybe it just made me feel like I wasn't unique because everyone loves music. And so it was kind of like, well, I'm, just not going to do this anymore because it's not, I didn't, I guess, realize how much it was impactful for my mental health and all of that. It was important to me. Maybe I did realize that, and that's why I stepped away from it, was because it was too much to feel my emotions at that time, which I think could be a lot of it. Because even now when I try to sing, I just cry, when I'm at my piano, which is why I don't like doing it when anyone's around. Usually, because I just cry the whole time. But yeah, it's an outlet, and I think that was really hard for me to I don't know, to come to terms with that, like, I had all this emotion built up, you know, and I wanted to pretend like I was strong. And so, to go back to your actual question, sorry, I like really ran around that one.
Come back.
I think that when it comes to like passion, you know, like that's just, it's like a calling, you know, it's something that like when you're around it, it impacts you, whether that's negative or positive. Like, it's like when you were writing your paper and you were like, I can't write about this, it's too difficult. I'm like, well, that's why you should write about it, because you care about it.
Yeah. And
so you have to get past that initial, like, this is really hard. And I think that's what stops people from doing what they're passionate about. It's because it's always going to be a hard road.
That is
that's
hard.
What makes it so impactful.
Yeah.
Because you're so passionate about it, you have that motivation and that drive to like go through with the hard parts. That's the hope. I mean, that's how it should be.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of times passion does hold you back because like you are passionate about it and you don't want to feel good about that because we, for some reason, for society, the human race, I don't know, evolution, our family upbringing, our own self-conscious, like we push ourselves down to not let ourselves feel good about things.
Yeah.
A lot of times because, I don't know, the mentality of why me?
And I think it more starts from like an external place of like, when we're kids, we want to be unique. We want to like have a passion. We want to like, we have this drive to do it and nothing's going to stop us. And then it takes one person putting shame around that because a lot of times they're jealous that you have something and they weren't allowed to experience theirs. And so they'll talk you out of it or talk you down or make you feel shameful about having something that you really care about. And I think that's where it starts. Mm-hmm. That like rejection of the things that you really care about and that you're passionate about. It comes from like an external place originally of like, oh, who am I to say that I would be good at that? Whether that's family or like culture. I mean, media too. Now with the internet, like, oh yeah, everyone's trying to tell you.
There's so many more eyes on us now with the internet. Anyways, and a lot of times it's good, like if you get the positive like feedback and influence to do something, then it really drives you. But if you do get like any negative feedback, then it really does kind of hinder you, or even no feedback. Sometimes like making things, you know, even like this podcast, like not a lot of people will reach back about things and it's like, am I doing this right? You know, like, is this what I want to do? But
you have to get through that hump.
Yeah,
of, like,
to push through that hump to be like, no, this is what I'm passionate about. Why should I let someone else's ideas and thoughts like change what I want to do?
Yeah,
like is the real push, you know?
It was a real mindset shift for me because I used to have that mindset of like, oh, well, if people aren't watching, it's really not worth it. And I had to get to a point for us to be able to do this podcast to like let that go and just say, if nobody watches this podcast, we're still getting something out of it.
Yeah, I almost had to force you.
You did have to force me.
By the time we actually got married, it's like, we're doing this or I don't know.
Yeah, there was no ultimatum. It was just like, we're doing this. No. I'm like, okay, it's important to you.
It's been because it's been a passion for a long time. And it was a passion with you. And that's the tricky part where if you have a passion with somebody, then it should be consensual, of course. You don't want to force anything without somebody's consent.
Oh, God, no.
In any aspect.
No.
So getting your consent was finally kind of a green light to do this podcast, you know. Otherwise, it was just a pipe dream.
Really. Yeah. Yeah, it was just like a dream too far to actually catch.
Yeah, just journaling ideas about like, oh, it'd be fun to chat about this sometime. And so we're all like taking our vices over here in the background. Don't mind us.
Well, Mr. Gare does everything as usual.
Keeping you warm.
Humans. This is a Mr. Gare podcast. So, Mr. Gare, tell me all about passion. What are you passionate about? You passionate about taking care of these chickens?
I love food. I really love it. Sometimes I eat 6 meals a day. Till Dad takes it away, and I'm stuck with 2.
I like to bully my brother and sister so I can eat their food too. It's really fun. I love making them scared. Don't you, Mr. Gare? I'm the alpha. That's what I'm passionate about. What the?
A bell toll?
Yeah, what was that?
Time for church, everybody.
Oh, maybe it was a church house. Wait, there is a church house down that way.
Come here, big lug.
Cuban rounds.
Come here. I know. I know you love your little cigars too, don't you?
Arthur, we'll go to Cuba.
Shout out to my grandpa Don. Died November 1st, 2025.
Wait, what?
was
He passed
92.
away yesterday?
He was 92.
Holy guacamole.
He was one of the last. But
He was really holding on there.
a fruitful life. So this cigar is for you, Grandpa Don. For
Moment
sure.
of silence for Grandpa Don.
There you
Even
go.
the dog gave us a moment of silence. That was very kind of him.
He sure did. Yeah, he lived in Orange County. He did fire. He worked for the fire department out there. He was a fire investigator for 35 years out in California. Kind of at the birth of where Cal Fire began. It's separate roads with like the Forest Service and stuff like that. So a lot of cool stories about investigations and stuff that he used to do out there on fire. So
Yeah, he sounds like he was a very interesting man. Had very
Yeah.
many. I never met him, so
Very-
I don't have much to say. But from what I've heard from others, it sounds like he lived a few lives.
yeah, absolutely. So for you, Grandpa Don,
R.I.P.
IP. That's another thing was to be passionate about something like that too, like about family and giving respect to those, who are here, who aren't here anymore. To have passion in your family is very important, I think. I think that's where a lot of like our growth continued together is because we were very passionate about each other's families,
Yeah. I think you have to be in a relationship. If not, it like what's the point of melding two relationships into one if you're not going to accept their family as yours and vice versa? Like their family also has to accept you. I think that's like incredibly important. In fact, there's like research that's been done on that like one of the main reasons for divorce is family. Not
Sure.
getting along with their family.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well,
Totally makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
Going to Christmas and it's just a fight. I mean, how does passion in a relationship continue after that?
yeah. What are you willing to do to keep that passion going?
Yeah. Love family is illogical in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's truly just like a bond that, I mean, some people try to break it, but even so, it follows you,
Your passion follows you. I think in almost every term, like you don't really, if you lose a passion so fast, then it probably wasn't a passion.
It was
a very,
hyperfixation.
yeah.
Probably. You should probably get checked for ADHD. I'm kidding. I
Good
do that
one.
all the time. I always have like a new thing that I'm like, oh, I'm so excited about this, and then like I lose interest in a little while. But
A
usually,
little while, like 30 seconds.
yeah,
sometimes.
usually those passions though are underneath a bigger umbrella of things I actually care about, and so it is important to like be interested in something for a short while of like, oh, is this something I could really get into? And if you're really passionate about it, you can get past that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's difficult.
Yeah.
hump. It gives you that push to try something new.
It helps you find what your passion is, because maybe people don't know what a passion is. They're like, oh, I don't really have a passion for anything. And it's like, well, why don't you try something new?
Yeah.
Like I took a pottery class this year.
Do you think you're passionate about pottery?
I am passionate about art as a whole a lot more.
This might not be a medium.
Pottery may not be like my full medium. No, I'm not going to buy myself a wheel, but
No,
I would.
I might.
I love to get like clay and just throw things around and make like a little sculpture of some sort, or make like a dish or whatever. I've enjoyed the practice of doing art and realizing
creating something.
Creation, yeah. The creation of it is, I'm very passionate about art, but I'm not per se passionate about pottery. But I had to get my foot in the door somewhere. And if pottery's not my thing, that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, and now I know that something else will be my passion.
Yeah.
So.
You'll find something else. Oh my gosh. That guy always goes, fettuccine. Goofy, silly stuff. Okay, sorry, we lost you guys for a second. There was some technical difficulties. We're back now.
We're very passionate about talking about everything.
We're passionate about talking, which is why we're doing a podcast.
Yeah, there we go. Here we are. Passionate, talking about passion on a
talking
podcast.
About passion. So, what do you do then if you're passionate about something, and somebody in your life is like doing whatever they can in their power to like make you not want to do that thing anymore? Like either they're making you feel ashamed about it because maybe they're jealous.
Like they're going out of their way to stop me. Yeah,
like anytime that you like do something and you share it with them, they're like, "Oh, well, you could have done this better," instead of like seeing what you're doing as a passion and understanding in that aspect.
It depends.
Stop talking to people like that. I stopped sharing with them.
It depends how deep the relationship is. Like if it's not a very like strong friendship, then fuck them.
Yeah.
Whatever. Let them, if you will.
Yeah.
You know?
Let them and let me.
Let me be me and let them be them. If you want to judge me because they're passionate about judging, or maybe they just don't want to see me succeed, then okay. Like you're not important to me. You know, you're hindering what my passion is, and you're trying to snuff who I am as a person. What good qualities would come out of that?
It comes from
life?
Jealousy, in my opinion. When somebody does that, when somebody is like,
it could be. It could also be like imaging, or not imaging.
Mirroring?
Yeah, not mirror. Like kind of more of like it happened to them, so they feel the responsibility. They have to do it to somebody else. Yeah.
Yeah. Or it's just like protecting somebody from rejection, but all you're doing is protecting them from possible success. To do something bigger than you might have thought you ever could have done. And that's scary.
There's a level of like if somebody is pushing you down, it's either because they want to protect you.
Misled, of course.
Yeah.
Misguided.
A lot of it could be that they themselves can't achieve what you're striving for.
So they can't fathom that you could
get
there.
They truly are protecting you because they've tried so and failed, and they don't want to see you get hurt being failed at it too. But you can't predict someone else's outcome. Maybe they do something, maybe you were passionate about gardening and it failed, you know, and you tried for years and you never got anything, and
that'd be scary.
Your coworker is going to go start a garden next summer, and it's like, don't
do that. It's hard.
Don't try to push them and be like, no, don't do that. Just tell them like your side of things. Be like, I've tried and it didn't work, you know? So like, I wish you the best of luck. And if they do have success, and be like,
how? Well, how did you do
it? Teach me, you know? If you're still passionate about it and you haven't let go of that, then push on. You know, because passion does not just go away. It does not go away.
But it takes a lot of just being able to release your pride and your ego to be able to do something like that. To be able to like go to somebody and be like, I failed at this. It was really difficult for me and I was passionate about it. Like, let me know if you have better luck and maybe I can learn from you. That takes so much just ego development.
I'll tell you a little secret, actually. Kill your ego.
Over and over, too. That's like a daily... I hear people talk about ego death like it's a one and done, and it's man, I haven't recognized that
ego death every day if you want.
I feel like I have to kill my ego every freaking day because I just have so much like inner turmoil that expresses itself in jealousy and like just feeling not good enough. And I have to remind myself that like this calling, this passion of mine, my like career, it isn't of me. And so who am I to say that it can't be done? Like this is something bigger than me. And so I've been trying to just like rest in that like this passion was put into my heart for a reason, you know, and I've been given the ability to do it. I have like the means to get there, and like who am I to knock down any potential direction that would get me there, you know, because it's above me. And I think that's where, like, when it comes to passion, you really have to believe in something bigger than you, whether that's the universe pushing you towards something, because you have to have something to ground yourself into if you want to do something like that. Because once you start living in your passion, people are going to come at you. You're going to lose friends.
Oh, yeah. If you really are on the right path and you're following your passion, you know, then people feed on that. And a lot of times people want to snuff it, which is difficult too, because you're going to have a lot of people that you think would be valuable friendships that are actually just trying to like pull you down.
Yeah.
And that's okay to recognize that they are, and just be like, keep them at a distance if you still want that friendship. Or if you don't want that friendship, then fuck it. I mean, they're not really going to do anything for you besides pull you down.
Yeah. And I think in a way a lot of people, myself included, feel like indebted to people like that. Like, oh, I can't leave them behind, and you start feeling guilty about it.
Wow. This brings back some old memory, but I used to skateboard back in like middle school. Pretty good. Actually, no, I wasn't really good. I could drop into a bowl okay, and I could do some like, I don't know. I couldn't really do like much more than like a heel flip. But once upon a time, I was into skateboarding, and it might have been my dad who told me this. My memory hinders me, but I just knew that like, because I was like the weakest, like just learning how to skateboard, I knew that I had to embrace myself with people who were better than me.
Yeah.
Because at that point it was like, I want to reach the goals and reach where you're at, you know, I want to be where you're at. So that with passion, like you should be able to find something that like someone else is doing, you know, like if you're passionate about making,
You have to be willing to be the worst person in the room.
yeah,
And ask for help from people who are much better than you. But the thing is, when you're around everyone, and everyone is so much better than you at something, and you're really passionate about this thing, or maybe you just want to see if you're passionate about it, if you can go in there humble and be like, I'm going to be the worst person in the room, I have so much to learn, the people around you have been that person, and you'll find the right people that will reach out and take your hand and be like, I've been through this, I know what you're going through, and I want to help you through it. Because somebody did that for them. That's how they got there.
Yeah.
You really have to check your ego if you want to find what you're passionate about. I really stand by that.
Everybody who was great was not great before.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very true. Okay, go.
I'm having a moment of silence here. This is nice.
Yeah. I don't really know where you're going with that one.
It's getting noisy over here. We got chickens fucking squawking.
There's a jet. There's cars
planes
going
flying.
By. That's crazy. It's like a war zone out here. All of a sudden.
It's a fucking war zone.
On a Sunday, it's wild. Even pops.
Things are stealing our passion. I tell you. Sometimes it is just
external things.
External things just picking up on your energy. And that's okay. That's okay. Be strong with who you are. You know, don't give up your passion if other things are trying to distract you and take away that shine. You know, I think it's a tough movie to watch. Those who aren't into horror, this might not be a good suggestion for you. But if you made it this far in the podcast and you're looking for a good movie, you should watch The Shining.
The Shining is all about killing your ego, killing generational curses.
Yeah. And its sequel, Dr. Sleep, is a fantastic sequel to it. I mean, Danny's, the kid's all grown up, and he's having to deal with generational trauma that his dad, being at the hotel, had to face too. So Yeah, watching The Shining and then going in and watching Doctor Sleep afterwards. I think they're great ego death movies.
As long as you can take it from a subconscious level and not watch it and it's like, it is what it is. Like
well, I mean, it's a great movie regardless. It's a fun horror aspect. And the sequel is it pulls on a lot of hard heartstrings. There's a lot of violence in it. And both of them, really. But yeah, if you can get to the deeper level of it, those movies are actually the ones that helped me like quit chewing, funny enough.
Mm-hmm, which is something that was really
I was watching those movies realizing that, his dad as like the bartender essentially because he was trying to get sober. And Danny's all grown up. He's sober because he didn't drink because of his dad. And when all hope is like lost and there's really nothing much more to live for at that point, he's like at the end of his rope. And he's there at the bar, and his dad is the bartender. And he's telling him, like, it's time for you to take your medicine. Are you ready to, conform now? And he was like, no, I want to break away from this. As hard as it feels and as aggressive as people want them to fail and to succumb to what happens, like, no, standing up for yourself is so important. It is the scariest thing you can do, but it is the best thing you can ever do for yourself. So
yeah, that's a great recommendation, baby.
Thanks. Yeah,
let us know in the comments too if you'd like us to cover like how we go about our, like, we're talking about daily ego deaths. Like I think maybe talking about that in a podcast would be great.
We'll have an ego death podcast. I'd like to bring on a good friend next week. We'll see if it actually comes to fruition. But we're going to talk about creative writing to kind of tap into some creative flow and where inspiration comes from, tap into that river. A lot of good things to look forward to.
That's right.
It's going to start getting colder. We're going to start getting more bundled up, I think.
Yeah, be out here in the snow. I had a dream that it snowed last night, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Let me know what you think that means.
So,
from our hearts to yours.
From our world to yours.
Think outside the coop.
Thanks for joining us today. I'm Caleb.
I'm Linksy. Make sure you think outside the coop this week.
Yeah, think outside the coop a
little bit. Think for yourself.
Don't give up on that passion.
Be like Fettuccine. She's always away from the flock, doing her own thing, finding bugs, leading the pack, even though she's
squawking everywhere.
She doesn't even realize how special she is. Pooping on my patio.
That fucking chicken.
Oh, all right. Have a good day. Be kind to yourself and to others.
Be kind to yourself. And don't pick on someone if they're following their passion.
No, and check yourself. Recognize when you're doing it and how that might be playing a part in why you're not finding things you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Cutting it. Today we're going to be talking about passion in all its different various forms. Jesus Christ, my dude. He probably spent money to be that much of an asshole.
Probably.
That's
sounds
wild.
Like a fart can.
That's embarrassing.
It's kind of embarrassing. Cut.
That's a big one.
This is a small one.
Oh, that's a small one? That looks big to me.
Well, thanks, baby. I think it's a fantastic movie about trying to, for one, stick with your fears, but also realize
yourself.
An ego death and following.
Not literally. Don't literally. No. I'm talking about killing your ego. I should have been more specific.
Yeah, I kind of want to re-say the whole sentence.
Yeah. Sorry.